are the other people getting left off the hook?
Well,
that's the problem that I have right now. Everybody got to be held accountable.
We are not here, Stephen A., to further blame women. That is not why we are here.
Remember that guy that I went off about? Where I said, some of you out there are pieces of shit? He's the only one screwing? Nobody else was. Everybody else was celibate? They kept their stuff in their pants? They were the Pope? Only black dudes screwing around?
I want to take a moment to address the situation involving Mike Vrabel and Dino Rossini, because this whole thing brought a particular case back to mind, the Yo situation. You remember when that came out? There was no grace period, no quiet resolution behind closed doors. They moved on it publicly and decisively. And the message was clear. This individual was considered too much of a liability to remain in that space. The distancing was fast, it was deliberate, and it was very visible.
We are sitting here debating whether somebody else should have been suspended or not. We are not here, Stephen A., to further blame women. That is not why we are here.
First of all, let me be very clear. I don't appreciate where you're going with that. I'm not blaming anybody but Ime Udoka. He deserves, the fact of the matter is, I've said he deserved to be fired if they were going to fire him. If you're not going to fire him, then don't fire him. My issue is all of this being publicized.
Maybe I'm reading too much into this. Maybe the lens I'm looking through isn't the one everyone else is using.
Ball dominates everything, right? And the game's over when the white ball drives the black ball completely off the table.
Now, that one was kind of interesting. That was interesting. And the pool table is the earth. That's why it's green.
Oh, see, your shit is coming out now.
And the world, they used to think it was flat.
Screw him.
But from where I'm standing, it looks like Mike Vrabel is being extended a level of grace that Ime Udoka simply was not given.
This gross focus on identifying unnecessarily women's names that may or may not be involved. And I think it is it isn't too harsh to say that that was a failure by many people, including folks within our own industry. And
chopping it up on ESPN with you guys about this, but I'm off until next week. But I definitely want to touch on this Ime Udoka situation. Just saw a year suspension was just handed down by the team for an inappropriate, consensual situation with a female that worked in the organization. I've been in the league played in the league for a long time. Anyone who played in the league can tell you this is a very common situation. This is not new news for people who've been in the league or even around organizations. I've seen it from owners to executives to coaches to players to trainers to therapists to dancers to PR ladies. Like, this is not uncommon.
And now, fast forward to Mike Vrabel's situation, and the man is receiving standing ovations.
The biggest sign of double standard nonsense that I've seen. Vrabel thing though, this is like him being applauded for it.
And when you have two people working in close proximity the way Dean Rossini and Mike Vrabel were, it is not exactly surprising when personal relationships develop.
A lot of work to be done between now and then.
Yeah. Okay, so have dinner or something. Go over.
Marcus.
We're colleagues, we can have a business dinner. Now, you're the one flipping this into a man-woman thing. I just said dinner, and let's discuss our workload. That's what I'm talking about. We've got a hell of a load.
Okay.
Dinner?
Dinner.
Okay, I'll see you at dinner.
But the more we hear about the details of this case, the more it seems like behavior that's unbecoming of a head coach.
So she was 7 months pregnant when she was on that boat, because they was on that boat in June. Boy, Rossini don't give a boy. Damn.
That's crazy.
She with it, bruh. She with it.
She's going to tell her story. At some point between now and the end of this decade, she's going to tell her story. And what it is going to be a factor in whether or not Mike Vrabel can continue. Not because he gets fired, but because he looks at the situation and says, at a minimum, I need to take a year off. That's the one thing that I'm watching for, not a permanent resignation. Step down for a year, Josh McDaniels takes over as interim coach for a year, and then they see if this all dies down in a year and Vrabel can come back. Because they don't want to lose the guy. The guy's a great coach. That's what's so weird about this. He's such a great coach. And to be involved in something that, and I posed this question to you last night, like I've said this before, how can a guy that smart do something this stupid? And by stupid, I mean just completely indiscreet. Walking around out in the open, at the bar in New York, signing their names on the sheet, and just come up with a different name. Have her come up with a different name. Let her be Mrs. Vrabel. I mean, there's no effort to conceal it. That's what makes it all so weird. How did they not think that at some point, Michael, and I know we have to break, but how could you not think at some point someone's going to find out about this?
It's on. The reason Robert Kraft is not in the Pro Football Hall of Fame, despite winning 6 championships as an owner, is exactly why is what we're experiencing now with Mike Vrabel. It really is. It speaks to the volume of where this franchise is and what they value, which is not honesty, and that's why he hasn't been rewarded. He won 6 championships as an owner. He's been trying to get into the Pro Football Hall of Fame for like over a decade, and they keep rejecting him. What would be the reason why? It can't be because of football, right? It's because of the dirty dealing, backstabbing, cheating, unfaithful stuff that's gone on. Of course he's going to back his coach, who didn't slip up one time, but had decided that he was going to have an ongoing affair, allegedly, with Diana Rossini. Yeah, I'm just saying. And it is the Patriot way. That's why, Robert Kraft, I hope you never get in. Because the idea that, because it wasn't an employee here, it's okay. I get it. If it was an employee, he'd probably be pressured by the league, because the league and the team would be held responsible. And she would be able to sue them. But I'm not surprised. This is right up the alley. This is the Patriots' MO. And then Drake May, of all people, to stand up there. You want to back your coach, Kelvin? I'm cool with it. You want to say, hey, it's a difficult time and I feel for my coach. Did you see the quote?
I did. He was a great human being.
He's a great human being, that he was cheating on his wife and kids with somebody else's wife who has kids as well. That's a great human being. You could say and support him, hey, he's going through a tough time, and I'm going to support my coach, and I hope it works out for the best of him and his family. I'm not talking about that. He's a great human being, a guy who's deceitful, who cheats on his family, and cheats on his family with a married woman, destroying that family as well. Come on, man. Come on.
You know, we can't have these race